Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode 10. So y'all, Arian says she wanted to sing. She been wanting to sing for the longest time, but other things have got in her way. But now she done finally got the courage to, hey, I'm going to let the world know that I want to sing. So she goes to D. Smith and Betty Idle since they're producers. She thought about going to K. Michelle or Rashida. Was okay, not K. Michelle, but Rashida. I'm like, okay, you want to go to Rashida? Rashida ain't been working on her music since like Season 3, but okay, I can see you going to K. Michelle, but she's like, neither one of those girls are producers. Betty Idle and D. Smith, they're producers. You know, she auditioned for K. Michelle back in the day, but it didn't go the way she thought it was gonna go. Now, I don't know what it is, you know, she went there like, okay, me and K. Michelle, we homegirls, so I automatically got the job, and it didn't turn out like that. I don't know if it was one of those situations, like later on in the episode, Mimi was bragging like, yes, Ariane, she has those pipes. Yes, she can sing. She can bring the crowd into just, I haven't heard her sing, so, but hey, Ariane, if this is what you want to do, you want to sing, then girl, go ahead and sing. So, hopefully, you know, I don't know if she's like setting the stage for, hey, Season 6 come, I want to be on there, and I don't want to just be the friend. I don't want to be sitting there, you know, smiling and posing in my all black just like everybody else, like all the main characters. I don't want to be just friend. I want to be like the main person where I'm tired of living in Mimi shadows. I want to be in the spotlight now. I don't know if it's one of those situations or not. So, you know, either way, Ariane, if you want to sing, girl, go ahead and sing. So Bambi goes to see Tammy and Mrs. Deb Abney, and she tells them what went on at K. Michelle's listening party. She said, I get there, Ariane invited me, I get there, and I'm like basically ganged up on by D. Smith and Betty Idle. D. Smith was coming at me left and right, talking about me, but hey, if I come talk about her, then I'm being discriminative towards somebody with that is transgender. She's like, I don't have a problem with people who are transgender. I have several homegirls and homeboys that have transitioned. My thing is, she's caught in the middle of, caught to where like, hey, she can say all she wants about me, saying I'm only used to walking on 4 legs and I'm not used to walking on 2. But hey, if I say something about her, then I'm transgender bashing. I don't know if that's the correct way of saying it, but like I'm like bashing somebody's transgender. It's just like, but baby, she not feeling that. It's like, hey, how's it that she can say all she want about me, but I'll go say something about her, then that all the world's end up with me? Like, that's not cool. But Deb's like, you know, maybe she want to go talk to her, like, hey, her be a part of her, no RIP. Well, I cannot think of what it is. Deb, it's like anti-bullying basically, and that kind of seems like what, you know, both Betty Idle and D. Smith be doing. That like they all about, okay, treat me with respect, but you can come over there and say anything you want about me, but if I say something about you, oh, you got a problem with that? No, the sword cuts both ways. Like, if you're going to talk about me, I'm going to talk about you. But Bambi, she never said anything about, hey, you being, I think she did call her Joanna Man, but like, it wasn't, she sat down like, hey, Joanna Man. No, she sat down and said, I'm not feeling comfortable around these 2 girls because they done both got into it with my homegirl, and I'm not really feeling that. D. Smith took it upon herself, was like, oh, it's probably because she's used to being on 4 legs and not 2. See, Bambi wasn't even talking to you. She was talking to Ariane. You could have kept your mouth shut and not said anything, but it seems like D. Smith and Betty Idle, they're always saying something slightly to get something popping off. And then if somebody say something, then, oh, you shouldn't do that, I'm a person too kind of situation, and I'm not really feeling that. Y'all, this a little sit down with Miss Deb and D. Smith. I didn't think it was gonna go the way it was. You know, most people, they have enough respect for Miss Deb, they ain't gonna back talk. But D. Smith, she a different kind of person. Miss Deb sits her down like, hey, I would like you to be on the panel for my No RIP campaign. My son, he committed suicide a few years ago, and I started this campaign for anti-bullying in the classroom, on the internet, on the radio, all around. But D. Smith feels like this is a great place for me to get my voice out, let people know, yes, I am transgender, but I'm still a human. Deb let her know, I'm gonna need you to keep all that drama at the door. And they get to talking about how D. Smith was grouping Tammy in with Walker, and she lets her know the same way that you felt that Tammy was a reflection of Walker, you are a reflection of your friend D. Smith. She got into it with Tammy because of something that Walker said, and you grouped Walker and Tammy together because of what Walker said. Now you're getting grouped into that because of your friend. See, you see how that works? And like, she was like, I don't see the difference. Like, Tammy was, you know, she didn't see the, you know, same thing. Like, no, Tammy and them are married, me and her homegirl. But you assume that Tammy felt the same way as Waka Flocka, in his opinion. That way people gonna be like, okay, that's your friend, y'all must think alike. But she's like, no, that's not the same. Tammy was being a Tasmanian devil. She was being Superman. No. She sat down, when she sat down with you, she was like, yes, I seen you walking, you was bad, you was this, that, and the other. But she was like, who are you for me to come work with them? Well, that was okay. If you feel like that, that's fine. I forgot why. I think why Tammy and the other girl got into it. It's like both D. Smith and Betty Idle, they act like they're better than everybody and are always trying to start something with somebody, but then when something gets thrown at them, it's like, oh, they're the victim. I know I done said this before, like, I don't know about these two, I don't know, something about them, it just, I'm not really feeling. It's like, y'all can throw as many songs as you want, but somebody say something about y'all, and then it's all World War III up in here. No, we are in the wrong. Everybody come condemn this person because what they said, even though I was talking about that person like a dog, but they said one thing about me, and now it's all over. Mimi Faust, you're getting on my nerves, and here's why. You want to have a talk with Stevie to know, does he have 2 new babies out there? He flat out denies it, like, no, Eva is my last child. I only have 5 children, no more, no less. That is it. And she lets us know, well, that's not what Jocelyn said. Jocelyn said that you got pregnant, you done got that one girl pregnant, was supposed to be pregnant a few years ago. You got this other mysterious baby, you got 2 new babies. Steve was like, no, she just mad because she been cutting up and been acting different ever since we got back to LA. She didn't doggone bleach my clothes, took a whole bunch of expensive stuff. He even had a video of all the aftermath of what's going on. But Mimi, she wants to get her Olivia Pope on to get to the bottom of to see if Stevie has any children out here. And this is where I'm getting on my nerves, because I'm like, Mimi, what does that have to do with you if Stevie has another child out there? Yes, maybe you'll be getting a little less coin from his child support, but like, you make it seem like you're that boss. Like, yes, it'd be good if he's helping support his child, but like, without him, my child is still gonna eat. Remember that whole sex thing? Like, my child, well, she will be like, won't have to worry about money for the rest of her life. So why are you so focused on what's going on with Stevie's life? This is what I cannot understand. What he got going on should have left the minute y'all broke up. But for whatever reason, you keep on getting back in their business. And like, it's not like you go, they come to you and you just feed into it. And I cannot understand why. Once Johnson said he has 2 new kids, we're like, you could have left it at that. But no, you want to get to the bottom of this to see who's lying. Why? How is this affecting your life? Is this going to stop him from seeing your daughter? It was just so irritating with Mimi. She's like, well, that's not what Jocelyn said. Jocelyn showed me birth certificates. She said she talked to the woman. She's seen the baby. The baby looks just like you and Eva. Well, I'm paraphrasing at this time. She's like, I'm going to get my Olivia Pope on so I can get to the bottom of this. Again, why? Why do you let them suck you into their lives is what I'm trying to figure out. If anybody has a clue as to why Mimi, it's like, is this your storyline now? You don't have Nico anymore to fight with and to be with. So now you're like the guard of, you know, the investigator for the Stevie and Jocelyn saga. Like, they're together, you and Stevie are not. So you should give a hoot what goes on into his life. But for whatever reason, you feel it is your duty to find out if he has other children out there. See, this is why Mimi will never have a good relationship with another person. She will never have a solid relationship because she's constantly putting her relationship on the back burner so she can run to Stevie and Jocelyn to the rescue. She was with Chris, and oh, Chris was the best thing since sliced bread. But the moment Stevie said, I need somewhere to stay, Mimi was there. And now look at her. She no longer has Chris. and now Stevie may possibly have 2 new children out there. Now you didn't doggone it got dumped because you was trying to help him out, and now he may have kids out there. Like, we cannot stay at the Days Inn, we cannot stay at the Holiday Inn, we can't stay at our nephew's house. Like, we have nowhere else in Atlanta we can stay, but we gotta stay at Mimi's house. I'ma need Mimi to stop. I'm tired of fussing, but I'm tired of talking about this. Like, I know if I'm tired of talking about this, I know she's tired of living. I have to come to the rescue for Stevie when he calls. Like, Stevie has, like, instead of the bat signal, it's like the signal of a bus to let Nene know, hey, I need you to jump on right now and come save the day because I've done something stupid yet again, and she goes a running. So it is the day of the no RIP panel. And several people got up there to talk, and in walks D. Smith and Betty Idle. Now, Miss Deb, she was in the middle of talking, but when they walked in, she was like, it's like she knew, like, this is not going to go well at all. So this is when Tammy takes the time out to say, yes, some people have an issue with what my husband said. My husband, he has a problem with a certain type of people, just like some people may have a problem with him being a rapper. Now, why she said that, I don't know. So this is when Betty Idle jumped up and said it. Had to, get her voice across. She's like, your husband doesn't agree with people who are transgender. And then at one point, Tammy goes on like, you thought you wanted me to explain something to my daughter when she didn't even know about the birds and the bees yet. It's like, how can I talk to her about, people who are transgender when she doesn't even know about the birds and the bees yet? But this is when D. Smith was like, it's not about sexuality, it's about the person, it's about the soul. At one point, they get to going back and forth, and Tammy let her know, yes, this is my husband, and I stand by him, but I don't agree with everything he says, because if we agreed on everything, he wouldn't have did half the stuff that he did to me. This is when, Deb like, all right, this is when it's getting a little too personal in the situations, and I'm not really trying to have that. And it's like, yes, married people, they disagree on a lot of things. That's what the part of having a relationship is. Like, if y'all agreed on everything, that's gonna be boring. Me and my husband, we don't agree on everything. He has his opinion on certain things, I have my opinion on certain things. We agree on a lot of things, but not everything. And I feel Tammy on that way. Just because he has his opinion that way doesn't mean I feel the same way. Like, after I found out you were transgender, it wasn't like I didn't want to work with you. I still wanted to work with you until you got up all your butt up all your shoulder. Like, you were beneath me. Like, who do I look like working with you? I am this superstar. You are this little nobody. You were just basically Waka Flocka Flame's wife. No, boo-boo. I do not want to, not work with you. That's the kind of, like, feeling that, D. Smith was giving off when she was with Tammy. Like, what I look like working with you. You were an Instagram model. No, I wear couture items. That's the way she was giving me. So, y'all, we have Scrap DeLeon. He done already had a little get together, his last free night in the world with his family. He had Kurt and Rashida. We had doggone Stevie there with like a fur sweater on. Not understanding that. One point he cut his hair, and this is when I don't know what was the edit. Something about this whole scene didn't make sense, because we got Scrap DeLeon, I'm assuming, that morning cutting off his hair, handing it to his mama while she kept his hair. I'm not really sure why. Like, yeah, like, I know, like, some people when their baby's first haircut, they keep their hair, but this man is grown. Why is KK keeping his hair? That's one question I need to know. Another question, we have him in his confessional. He done got his whole family out there. They having like a little prayer circle, because he's going to jail. And his hair is clearly short in the frame when him and his family together. But in his confessional, his hair is long, and he's talking about, yes, it was so good for my family to get together and see me off. See, these two scenes didn't make up. How is it that your hair is cut right here as you're going to jail, but your confessional, your hair is long? Not that those two scenes didn't add up. Like, your hair should have been, like, there's no way you should have been in the confessional if you was going off to jail. See, I know how these confessionals work. Everything is taped, and you come back and say what's going on. So how is it that, while you're going through this, your hair is cut, but in your confessional, your hair is long again, like the same length. Now, I know your hair did not grow that fast. I need to know what's going on in editing and how nobody, did anybody else catch that? Because I'm sitting here and I be, you know, I missed a few things because I be, you know, typing my notes down. But I was like, hold up. He is outside of the courthouse and his hair is short. But he is in the confessional in the same suit he had on this whole season, and his hair is still long. So how is it that his hair is still long, and he's talking about what's going on with his family being there for him, and his hair is short? And another thing, all these people who are there for you as you're turning yourself into jail, how many of those same people sat you aside and like, hey, bruh, this is not a good idea. You doggone and trafficking drugs. You are at risk of losing your freedom and being away from your son. Did any of these people sit him down and tell him that? Because they all heard like, oh, I can't believe it. They taking you away from us. Well, he was trafficking drugs, so he wasn't innocent. But how many of y'all tried to sit him down and tell him, man, you should be rethinking what you're doing because this is not good. You're going to be away from your son if you get caught and you're going to be in prison. So maybe I just want to know how many of those people that was there sat him down and told him he shouldn't be doing that. Just want to know. So that was what just went on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. Like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people watching my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lacey signing off. Have a good one.